ATL, once the terminus of the Western and Atlantic Railroad, where the sound of that train horn can still be heard inside the magnificent Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tonight we wrap up our Monday night schedule with another great matchup here in Week 17, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. On the Tampa sideline, head coach Todd Bowles. His guys, losers of 2 straight, hoping to get back on track here. On the other side, Falcons head coach Raheem Morris. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here. Set now to wrap up a busy week of football. Happy to have you with us. And, folks, we are underway on Monday Night Primetime. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw on the first play. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Mayfield down. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Falcons' 47-yard line.
Mayfield with it once more. Looking middle, and he's got Ibuka. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Mayfield keeps it himself. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep is a very dangerous Mike Hughes. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though. They trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw with Penix. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially they'll say it's going to go for 19. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
The Falcons at 10-5 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Algier will try to pick it up. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
A play fake. Now Penix. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Penix. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. 4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Irvin. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First catch there for Evans. Good enough for a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Play fake. Mayfield. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Mayfield to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
You see the numbers for Irving in last week's ball game. 18 carries, 96 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Here's Mayfield. Now he'll tuck this and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown and they wear down a defense.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
2nd down and a yard. Algier now up the middle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And looking to throw, Penix. Got a man, it's London. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here we go on 4th down. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down of the 46. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These 2 teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the Falcons getting the road victory in that one. So they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Atlanta. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's Penix. Throw left side. There's London. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 3.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
To the air, Penix. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point forthcoming. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. There's Evans again, complete. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A 39-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Penix working out of the gun here. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 2nd and 8. Now Penix. Looking deep here for Mooney. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be touchdown in the end, but a big play on that one.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
60 by 6. 60 by 6. Check.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Looking to throw, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Algier going straight ahead. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Ready? 68, reload.
They'll run for it with Algier. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
It's 4th down and less than a yard.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard when the ball gets to the 2. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in the field goal range. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception.
180.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Now he's going to step up and run. A nice little juke. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Halftime here on Monday Night Primetime. It is off to Orlando we go. Here is Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott.
Our tour around the NFL starts now at legendary Lambeau Field. It's the Packers at home to take on the Saints. And it's Josh Jacobs. He's going to show some burst, and he has a score, 24 yards on the touchdown. The Packers come away with an 8-point victory. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars at home to take on Washington. And it's De'Ami Brown. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. 75 yards this one goes. The catch and run for the score. Got one more to show you. Let's go to Denver. It's the Broncos taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And it's the veteran, Evan Engram. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Broncos get back to 500 at 8-8. They get the victory here in Week 17. With that, let's give you a look at the all-important playoff picture in the AFC here in Week 17. Meanwhile, in our game, neither offense has been able to distinguish themselves. It's been the defenses that have stood tall so far. As we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
They'll throw with Penix. And caught by London. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and a yard.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hand off now to Robinson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A play fake. Now Penix. He'll try to pick it up himself, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On first and 10, here's Herndon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Left side into the hands of Otten. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man, London, right side. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Jesus Christ, man, SMFH.
That is a monster gain wiped out by the flag.
And you and I both know that an offense only gets a couple of those big moments in a normal game. You've got to take advantage of them. When you give one away because of an avoidable penalty, that's a major disadvantage. Just deals with every bit of momentum you just generated with that play. We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Across midfield. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Running the toss to Irving. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Here's Mayfield. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. James Pierce able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today.
So I'm not sure if I'll get banned for this, but being in California and not wanting to spend $200 in Sunday ticket made me look into other.
Here's a 3rd and 14. Mayfield down. This is caught. And he He's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cade Otton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, nice move.
I'd rather spend $200 in real football rather than watching Madden. At least in real life you'll get your money worth.
To simulate game speed and practice, that often runs you into a penalty.
And looking to throw, Penix. Look at this tight end on the corner, it's complete. And with the yardage picked up on that last throw, that's going to move him over 4,000 yards passing for the season. And even in today's age of offense, that's a number that's meaningful to quarterbacks. It's not an easy plateau to get to. A give left side to Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Completes it right side to Cooper. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Here's Penix. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Muscles him off. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Once again, it's Irving. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. To throw, Mayfield. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Ooh, the juke. Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards.
A 51-yard gain. First down.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Falcons 10.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
To the air, Penix. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up to the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on Monday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Throwing again, Penix. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. This pass is caught by London. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 117 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. Shifts past him. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touch. Now a
My team stopped trying on defense. Losers.
He's across the 40 to the 43. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. That complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Penix. And this will be caught by Mooney. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
13 yards on the pickup. Brings up
looking to throw, Penix. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Yaya Diaby. Credit him with a sack as he bears.
On top of that, getting called for holds on offense whenever I get a first down. CPU wants an easy win. You can have it.
Under pressure, they got him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. London making the snag of the comeback route. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Looking to put a drive together. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 35.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2. Throwing, Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Tampa Bay.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
10 more yards.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 40.
A run up the middle with Irving. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
At the 42-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Infraction, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know, when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he fires one incomplete. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 8.
Robinson with another carry. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
A gain of 15 yards.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out